Now that the Lakers are out of the playoffs, what does LeBron James plan on doing this summer? How bad was Anthony Davis's groin injury? And could the Lakers be losing a valuable person on their coaching staff? We're exploring all of that here on the Lakers Report by Chat Sports. I am Chase Sr., so let's dive into it all. Really weird that LeBron James is not going to be playing deep into the postseason. In fact, this is the earliest that he's ever exited the playoffs, going down in the first round for the first time in his entire career. Previously, since entering the league in 2003, the King was 14-0 in the first round of the playoffs. This is also going to be the first time since 2011 that either Steph Curry or LeBron James are not competing in an NBA Finals. Weird times in the NBA, no doubt. Now, LeBron James did tell Chris Haynes that he was feeling okay in this first-round series against the Suns, but it was clear that he wasn't 100%. He said that exactly he was about 85%, and he's going to use this offseason to rest that ankle and also work on and focus on Space Jam, which is set to hit theaters in a couple of months. And a lot of people are ripping on LeBron James for electing to focus on Space Jam, which was one of the greatest movies of all time, by the way, when it came out with Michael Jordan, and not compete in the Olympics later this summer. He's 36 years old. LeBron James has won 4 titles. He's made a bunch of money. He doesn't need to compete in the Olympics. Let him get healthy. Let him get back to that MVP form that we saw him prior to that high right ankle sprain and get ready for next season. The guy won a championship last year. Give him a little bit of a break. As for Anthony Davis, he doesn't deserve a break because he's often been way too brittle and way too injury prone throughout his NBA career. Got hurt in the late second quarter against the Phoenix Suns in Game 4, tried to come back in Game 6, exited the game less than 6 minutes in, and from that point on, it was all downhill for the Lakers as they got boat raced by the Suns. How bad was that injury? It was pretty bad, pretty painful for AD. This is what he had to say after that game. I couldn't move to my right. That's why I reacted the way that I did in the first quarter when Devin Booker drove left and I had to slide to my right. That shit hurt. There was nothing I could do, but I just wanted to be out there for my team so bad. Me going out there didn't have anything to do with me trying to be tough. I felt I owed it to my team to try to be out there with them. I knew the only way I was going to be healthy enough to play was to get some rest, but time wasn't on my side, so I tried to give it a go. I don't regret anything. I'll be fine. Our team will be fine. I like our chances when we are healthy. So Anthony Davis had a very frustrating and maddening season this past year after he was just brilliant in the NBA bubble, helping lead the Lakers to that NBA championship. But this year it seemed as though he was going down all the time. He was either on the floor, missing games, and I became frustrated with Anthony Davis because you see that he is a generational player, but his body is given out on him. Why is that? Does he not put enough time in the weight room? Does he not focus on his body enough? Does he not put in $1 million on his body like a guy like LeBron James? That's why I am frustrated with Anthony Davis. Are you with me? Type F for yes, I'm frustrated with AD. Type N for no way. Get your votes in the comment section down below. So the Lakers 2021 NBA offseason, it is here. And it's going to be crazy because the Lakers have a lot of questions to answer and a lot of moves to make if they want to get back to competing for championships. So make sure you are subscribed to the Lakers Report by Chat Sports. We're closing in on 36,000 subscribers. We're bringing you the latest news and rumors. And let this be your Lakers offseason hub because any news and rumors that do come out about your Lakers, any moves that they make, whether that be a trade or a free agent signing, we have you covered. And also leading up to the NBA draft, we're going to continue to do a bunch of NBA draft scouting profiles all coming your way on the Lakers Report. So either hit that red subscribe button down below or go to youtube.com/LakersTV. Could the Lakers be losing a valuable piece of Frank Vogel's coaching staff? Possibly. Something to monitor during the offseason. According to Chris Haynes of Yahoo Sports, the Boston Celtics are expected to consider Jason Kidd to take over for Brad Stevens as the head coach of Boston. As we know, Jason Kidd, of course, a current assistant with the Lakers under Frank Vogel, and he does have some head coaching experience and has had some success as a head coach with the Brooklyn Nets in 2013-14. Then he coached the Bucks from 2014 to 2018. Here's what a league source had to say to Haynes. The Lakers front office has raved about assistant coach Jason Kidd, expressing how he's been a phenomenal presence in the organization from his innovative ideas to his communication skills and his ability to rally the troops. I think all of that bodes well for Kidd possibly landing a head coaching gig. And as we've seen over the last couple of off seasons since getting fired by the Milwaukee Bucks in 2018, he's been considered for some head coaching vacancies. 2013-14 got a start in his head coaching career with the Brooklyn Nets with Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. Had some success. They made it to the playoffs that year, went 44-38. After that, he pivoted to the Milwaukee Bucks. And he was just okay in his time in Milwaukee. 2014-15, an even 500 record at 41-41. 2015-16, 33-49. So 16 games under 500. 2016-17, they go back north of 500 at 42-40. And then he was fired briefly into the 2017-18 campaign when the Bucks were once again floating around 500. Now, that source that spoke to Chris Haynes said that Jason Kidd has brought innovative ideas. That's no surprise because he's a point guard and a Hall of Famer. But also, some people have had problems while Jason Kidd was a head coach with his ability or lack thereof of kind of meshing and communicating with superstars. But Giannis has said he loved playing for Jason Kidd. And maybe as an assistant, especially under Frank Vogel, getting some experience helping lead the Lakers to that championship a year ago, Jason Kidd has learned a lot. And he's kind of learned from his flaws as well as his mistakes. And that's why he could be a prime head coaching candidate this offseason. So what do you think? Will Jason Kidd be a good head coach in his second stint whenever, if that even happens? Get into the comments, let me know. Type 1 for yes, he'll be a good head coach. Type 2 for no. Let me know what you're all thinking about Jason Kidd as a head coach if he does end up landing one of these gigs, because he's expected to be in the mix for the Boston Celtics position as well as the Portland Trail Blazers head coaching job. Another reminder to subscribe to the Lakers Report as we get closer and closer to 36,000 subscribers. Reasons to subscribe to the Lakers Report by Chat Sports. It is going to be a pivotal NBA offseason for the Lake Show. They could make a lot of moves in NBA free agency, especially if they figure out the cap situation. They could make a lot of trades and kind of overhaul this roster so that they can once again compete with LeBron and Anthony Davis, or maybe they'll even trade AD. Who the hell knows what's going to happen with the Lake Show, but whatever does happen, we have you covered. So either hit that red subscribe button down below or go to youtube.com/LakersTV.